They beat us. They broke that stick from that tree there to beat us with the wood. We don't have nobody.
All right, guys, so I got to talk about a devastating story that honestly should be shared a million times because this is absolutely insane. What is going on in these inner liberal cities is not an exaggeration, man. Like, when I come up here and I talk about the destruction of the communities in these inner liberal cities that is mostly affecting black people, or so-called people of color, people that, progressives and, liberals claim they care about so much. I talk about it because I actually really do care. I think that what is happening is terrible. People are losing their lives and being terrorized by the violence going on in these cities. Okay, we're talking about gang violence. Okay, and the people that are affected, the people in those communities, will tell you what the problem is. And when you listen to them tell you what the problem is, they're not telling you that it's white supremacy, right? Like the mainstream liberal media, again, or woke progressives will tell you. They'll tell you that the problem is actually the people in those communities. In this case, with this story, kids that are a part of gangs that literally are harassing and terrorizing the elderly in these neighborhoods, right? And this story right here, again, is so sad. And again, I have to share it because it just blows my mind that more attention is not being paid to the absolute failure of these Democrat policies, mainly their soft on crime policies that have caused innocent civilians, law-abiding citizens to live in fear, okay, in their own neighborhood. So without further ado, man, roll this clip.
Now to an Eyewitness News exclusive. They say they are living in fear, terrorized by a group of kids that comes to their building in the Bronx night after night. And these senior citizens say it's gotten so bad, they're afraid to come out after dark. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang has the story from the Morrisania section.
Look in my eyes. I have not slept.
67-year-old Miriam Cintron and her neighbors live in a state of fear. They claim large gangs of young teens have been terrorizing their apartment building in the Bronx all summer, and it's getting worse.
They came at us. They beat us. They broke that stick from that tree there to beat us with the wood. We don't have nobody.
Miriam says they broke the pole from the tree well and turned it into a weapon Saturday night as she fell victim to their violence.
They were kicking me in my side. They were kicking me on this side. They was punching me in my back, trying to get my face, but I covered.
63-year-old Nydia Carrero says a group of young girls the same night slammed her to the sidewalk, dragged her and pummeled her after she refused them entry into her building.
They wanted to hang out in the hallways and mess up the building. They go in there with bikes in there half the time.
This is 1294 and 1295 East 169th Street in the Morrisania section of the Bronx. Most of the tenants here are elderly. They tell me they are being swarmed, beaten, and robbed by ruthless teens who have turned their apartment building into an oasis of lawlessness and who apparently count on their youth to spare them. As the adolescents escalate the violence night after night, residents are left bruised and traumatized.
It's a shame. And they are telling us they're going to come back and burn the building down. It's ridiculous.
Many tenants have lived here for decades and they take care of each other, but they concede they are no match for this nightmare, which has claimed their peace.
Yeah, how many times have I covered stories like this, guys? How many times have I covered stories about teenagers? We're not just talking about teenage boys, teenage girls harassing and beating people in these cities. Boston, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia. Now we got New York. What do they all have in common? Ran by Democrats. They all are big liberal cities with a culture of violence, where gangs are running these communities. And Democrats ain't doing a damn thing about it. How many times I ran the same story? Kids, girls, little girls, beating up the elderly. But see, you got people that will come on the internet, right? They'll get on YouTube and they'll say stories like this might be a hoax. And you're anti-black if you talk about the obvious issues that are going on in these communities, right? That are affecting black people the most, that are costing us black lives the most, right? But in particular here, I want to highlight this one story that I covered that actually involves a white lady who I'm not going to say is elderly. She's in her 50s, right? You guys email me about this. You say, hey, Greg, this lady is not elderly. 50s is not elderly, right? Stop making me feel old, okay? I won't call her elderly. She's not as old as these other ladies in this video, right? But you guys know the story. New York City, 50-some-year-old white lady on the bus, right? And she alleges that she got beat up by 3 black teenage girls because she supported Trump and that, you know, she was white, okay? And at least 2 of these teenage girls have been arrested so far, okay? I think they're still looking for the other one, maybe not. But when I covered this story, I believed it. Why I believe it is because I've been covering stories like this. I've seen too many of these stories not to believe it, right? There's, in fact, a problem with teenage girls attacking elderly people that is going on in these big liberal cities, right? But yeah, other people, okay, who love to call people anti-black for simply telling the truth, says that, you know, I think that this might be a hoax. This lady is lying. She's Juicy Smollett.
I say we lock up Jill, right? We lock up Jill and then charge her with an anti-black hate crime. How about that? I like them apples, okay? Because this story is very, very interesting, okay? Very, very, very interesting, all right? Everything from, hey, you look like you probably voted for Trump. Oh, I love Trump. Bam. To, yeah, I kicked over that baby stroller. To, yeah, white people, this, white... Okay, all right. Okay, Jill. Okay, I believe you, Jill. Okay, I'm just... actually, no, I don't believe you. Actually, I don't believe not a damn thing you say, Jill. I think you're talking out of your butt, Jill. All right, I'm just saying.
Wait, so let's get this straight. That lady who said that she got beat up by those black teenage girls, right? That's a hoax, right? Made up, okay? Possibly made up, right? Now, these elderly people are making these same allegations, similar allegations, right? That I think are probably even worse. I mean, she said that these kids broke a tree branch, and started beating them with the tree branch. Is that a hoax too? Right? Are they talking out their butt too? Right? Again, some of these people out here that claim they love black folks so much, they actually really don't like black people. They advocate for black people to continue to be harassed and terrorized because, you know, they are supposed to be pro-black, right? I had somebody in my comment section on one of my last videos where I was calling out this buffoonery, okay? One of the flash mobs that happened in LA. Dude commented, he said, you're giving Steven from Django a run for his money, right? Calling me a sellout, right? A Sambo. You know all the words they use, okay, for black people that tell the truth, right? But only thing I did was to say, hey, minority business owners shouldn't have to deal with their stores getting robbed, right? I'm standing up for law-abiding black people whom are a majority of black people. I just want them to be safe from criminals, right? But again, that makes me a sellout. However, those blacks that, you know, hey, are advocates for the criminals, right? You know, they pro-black. Again, it's amazing how this works, and this is why we're not going anywhere. This is why you will continue to see stories like this, because as long as you have people that don't want to punish criminals, they don't want to address the real problem in the black community, which is, you know, the people in that community, okay, that are committing those crimes, we're not going anywhere, right? Kevin Gates was called anti-black, right? Kevin Gates is anti-black because he told the truth, right, about the problems. He said, my problem's not with the white man. I ain't never had no problem with a white man, right? My problem is with you-know-whos, right? So, again, I'm trying to figure out what makes calling this out anti-black, right? What makes this anti-black? So anyways, let's get to the gist of this. You have Representative Jamal Bowman, who's pro-defund the police, okay, who is a simp for the squad, okay, because he's a part of the squad, and any male that is going to be a part of that group of women is a simp, no doubt. This happened either in his district or very near his district. as his district is seeing a 30% violent crime spike in the northern Bronx. Again, that video I just showed you guys happened in the Bronx, okay? Not sure if it happened in his same exact district, but it was close, probably around his district. He probably should take some responsibility for it regardless, okay? So let's read about this, okay? Because again, these are the people that are responsible for this, okay? Representative Jamal Bowman, who has repeatedly called for defunding the police, has seen skyrocketing crime in the northern Bronx, part of his district. Bowman, a self-proclaimed Democratic socialist who joined the far-left squad with Representative Cori Bush, Democrat from Missouri, upon their swearing in last January, has been vocal about his support for dismantling the U.S. criminal justice system. Quote, a system this cruel and inhumane can't be reformed, defund the police, and defund the system that terrorizes our communities, Bowman tweeted the month after his election on December 9th, 2020. So again, this guy right here, listen to what he's saying. Defund the police. Take the police out of the communities that you have people that are beating elderly grandmas. They're terrorized, threatening to burn down the building. They can't even sleep at night. But these people claim they're pro-black, right? They're looking out for black folks. People like me, though, that say lock these people up and throw away the key, you're anti-black. Again, it's amazing how that works. When most black people want police in their community, right? It's been proven time and time again. Every time you survey, every time you ask, they're like, no, we want more police, right? We need police. But again, the white liberal elite, progressives, and the black liberals say, well, we need to defund the police. The police are the problem. Not the gangs, not the culture of violence, not the fatherlessness, right? Or the lack of good fathers. None of that is the problem. It's the police. They're the problem. I guarantee you those elderly women want more police, right? I guarantee that's what they're asking for. They're asking to lock some criminals up, right? They want a crime bill. That's what they want. Republicans want to defund every government program except for those that actively terrorize black and brown people. He tweeted April 19th, 2021. Again, police are the people terrorizing black and brown people according to this simp, right? According to this simp right here, right? According to this simp. It's time to disarm the police, Bowman tweeted in October 2019. Since taking office, Bowman has seen violent crime on the rise in the northern Bronx region of his 16th congressional district, which includes the Sputton, DeVille, Woodlawn, Eastchester Heights, and Co-op City neighborhoods in the New York City borough. According to the New York City Police Department's crime map, Bowman's district encompasses all or part of precincts 45, 47, and 50 in the Bronx. Every week, the NYPD publishes statistics regarding the 7 major crime categories in each precinct, which includes murder, robbery, felonious assault, burglary, grand larceny, and grand larceny auto. Fox News Digital took the total number of violent crimes reported in those 3 precincts so far this year, 3,396, and compared them to the total number last year, 2,609, according to NYPD's August 1st to August 8th report. Wow. The analysis found that violent crime is up roughly 30% overall in the northern Bronx compared to last year, with the biggest uptick occurring in Precinct 50 with a 74% increase. That precinct, which includes the neighborhoods of Sputton, DeVille, Feinstein, and Riverdale, also recorded a 123.5% increase in robberies and a 153% increase in grand larceny auto since last year. Yeah. But impeach Clarence Thomas, though, right? That's what this guy is focused on. Is he focused on the crime? Nah, he wants to impeach Clarence Thomas. Impeach Clarence Thomas, but let the criminals run free. Wow. Again, this is why we're not going anywhere. Other parts of Bowman's district are also experiencing an uptick in violent crime. The much less populated city of Mount Vernon, for instance, has seen a 39.4% increase so far this year compared to 2021, with a 20.7% jump in robberies and 21.7% increase in burglaries. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, you got to ask yourself, what is this guy doing? What is he doing? Is he speaking about this? No, he's too busy trying to defund the police and impeach Clarence Thomas, right? To do everything he can to ensure crime continues to be like this, to ensure that these elderly women are still terrorized. But again, the question is, when is enough going to be enough to the point where you're going to stop voting for these Democrats? Because I only can feel so bad as long as you continue to vote for these people. Now, these elderly people are obviously not at fault. They're not the only ones, right? Obviously, you have other people that vote. But again, I'm trying to figure out, when is enough going to be enough? When are we going to start telling the truth about who's committing these crimes? And when are we going to start voting these progressive Democrats out who are responsible for letting the criminals who are committing the crimes get away with it and terrorize these communities? That's what I'm waiting on. Or will this be happening forever because the Republicans are racist, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Y'all let me know. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.